Hello friends, welcome to my channel Crypto Chalk Talk. In today's session, I will explain how we can purchase USDT in Binance Exchange through peer-to-peer or P2P method. For this, I will take you through a step-by-step process. But before I do that, let me tell you that just in the same way we need to purchase cryptocurrency in the crypto market, there are sellers in the same market who want to sell cryptocurrencies. Binance Exchange provides a platform to connect the buyer with the seller and helps to execute the process of buy and sell. These buyers and sellers are referred to as peers and hence the name P2P. So let us start. We come at step 1. At step 1, we go to the home page of Binance application. We can either click on the P2P trading option or click on the wallets option. The first option will take us directly to the page to initiate a buy transaction. I will select the second option and click on the wallets to demonstrate the process better. Once you understand the process, you can take the first option if you want. So you can see in this page, I have this P2P trading option here and I have the wallets option here. So I will click on the wallets option and move to the next step. So once we are at step 2, you can see that the page looks like this. We will click on the funding option, which is right here on the top. Once we click on the funding option, we move to the next step. Step 3. At step 3, we see a P2P option on which we will click. But before that, we will take a note of the balance in our funding wallet. In this case, the balance is 0. Once we successfully purchase USDT, the purchased amount will be added to this balance. So please take a note of this. So now I click on the P2P option and move to the next step. Step 4. In this step, we have two options to choose from. These options are P2P and Express mode of trading zone. Let us assume that I happen to land on P2P page. Please note, I can click on the top button and toggle to the Express page. We could have landed at the Express page also. Then we could have toggled to the P2P page. This is illustrated better in step 5 and step 5 option 1A. So I move to the next step. So in step 5, you can see the trading zone options from which we will select any one. In fact, we have 3 options right here on the top. This block trade option is not relevant for us. So I will consider the P2P and the Express options. The Express page looks like the one we see under step 5 option 5A, that is aside this page. In case we happen to land in the Express page, we can easily toggle to the P2P page. So you can see that we have this button right here. So if we click on this, we'll get these two options. So we can click on the relevant option and toggle to the, let's say, particular page. Here, let me explain that both these trading zone options are equally good and help us to achieve the same purpose. The Express channel is more suited for a beginner as it is easy to use. In this case, the system automatically connects you to a seller based on the amount entered. Whereas in the P2P option, we can select a buyer based on certain parameters. I will refer Express channel as option 1 and P2P channel as option 2 and will explain both these options in same order. So in step 5 option 1A, we will click on the buy option and select the USDT currency. So here you can see we have these buy options and we will select this USDT option. And we then move to the next step. At this step, we enter the amount against which we want to purchase USDT. Then we will click on buy with zero fee and move to the next step. But before that, let me draw your attention to a book-like icon on the top right of the page. If we click on this, we will get access to the order history, that is record of all past transactions. I will refer to this later, so please take a note. So I have entered the amount. See, in fiat currency, here I can see rupees 5,000. So once I have entered same, I will click on buy with zero fee and move to the next step. Option 5, step 5, option 1C. At this step, we have to confirm the purchase by selecting the convenient payment method. I will click on UPI in this case. Finally, if we click on confirm purchase, this will take us to the order created page. Before moving to that page, I will take up the other option, that is P2P, in the next step. So I move to the next step. Step 5, option 2A. If we select the P2P option instead of Express, we arrive at a page which looks like this one. We will select the buy and the USDT option here. In this trading zone option, we are able to apply filters to select sellers based on certain parameters. We will click on amount, enter the fiat currency and click on confirm. So see, we have an option of amount here. So in this page, if we click on this option, we will have a field to enter the currency, the amount in INR currency. So once we enter, we will click on confirm. Then we move to the next step. Step 5, option 2B. At this step, we will click on payment method and select the convenient method. This automatically filters out all sellers based on the above two parameters. Please note that there is a book-like icon in the top right of this page also. You can see it here. You can see in the previous page also it is here. This will take us to the order history page as explained in the Express case. We also note that there is a filter option at the top right of this page. See, you have this filter option here. We click on this and move to the next step. So I will click on this filter option and move to the next step. Step 5, option 2C. Step 5, option 2C provides us opportunity to enter all parameters in one place instead of putting individually, that we did in the previous two steps. Once we select and put all parameters, we click on yes, and this automatically filters out the matching sellers. So you can notice that in the previous step we entered the amount and the payment method separately, but if we select this filter option, then we can enter all the relevant parameters in one place. So once we select on yes, we move to the next step. Step 5, option 2D. In step 5, option 2D, we will choose one seller. We will try to choose one seller who has done a large number of trades and has achieved high percentage. Please note, sellers who have done large number of trades and has high percentage are expected to have good experience in selling. Hence, such sellers are preferred. Once chosen, we click on the buy option against the seller, which will take us to the next step. So, in fact, after we have applied the filter, we get all the filtered sellers. So you can see that this is seller 1, this is seller 2, this is seller 3. So we can see certain details, like the limit of this particular seller is between INR 1000 to INR 10,372.35. So they have given a limit of the amount which we can purchase through them, right? And we can see that the number of trades which they have done and the percentage. Okay, so this gives us a fair idea about how good the seller is in transacting. So we will select one that is more that fits our requirement. Like we want someone who is good in this carrying out this transaction. So we will select a seller who has the better number of trade executed and high percentage. So we move to the next step. Step 5, option 2E. At step 5, option 2E, the page looks something like this, which is similar to the one we saw in the express option. Here we will enter the fiat currency amount against which we want to purchase USDT, and then we will click on buy with zero fee. So we will enter the amount right here and click on buy with zero fee. Then you move to the next step, that is step 6. At step 6, we see that an order has been created for the chosen seller. The page gives all details of this order once the order is created, and we have exactly 15 minutes to verify and make the payment. We have a chat option on the right top. We'll click on this, which will take us to the next step. Before we move to the next step, please note we have an option to cancel the order in case we don't want to proceed with the payment for any reason whatsoever. So this is the order page which has been created. I have the name of the seller. I have a chat option right here, and I can see that there are details about the order. So I have the fiat amount, I have the price, that is basically the reference price or the conversion rate, okay, and the crypto amount which I will be getting, and there is a order number. Okay, so this gives all details about the order which is being generated. So I may click on this chat option, and this will take us to the step 7. At step 7, we are in the chat page. Here we can check any existing message from the seller. Here we can communicate with the seller if required. See, communication is not mandatory. We can straight away proceed for the payment. So if I click on the make payment option, we move to the next step. Step 8. In step 8, we get details of the payment method, namely name and UPI ID. We will keep the Binance app open and open appropriate payment platform to complete the payment. In this case, I will go to the Google Pay, for example, Google Pay option, and verify the name of the seller and then make the payment. Okay, so you can see that here in this page, I have all the details. I have name here of the particular seller. I have the UPI ID which I need to copy from here and go to my payment platform. Okay, so what I will do, I will go to my payment platform, enter this UPI ID and select and verify the name of the seller. The name of the seller it should be as it is mentioned in this here, that is the Binance app. I will reiterate that there is one thing to note in this case. Always pay from your own bank account and check that the seller's name matches in both the Binance app and your payment platform. This will ensure that you only pay for the USDT you purchase and you pay only that seller from whom you purchase. Once we are through with the payment, we will click on the transferred notify seller option and move to the next step. So here I have the transferred notify seller option. I will click on same and move to the next step. Step 9. At step 9, the page looks like this. At this step, we just need to wait for the seller to release the USDT. If we want, we can click on the chat option to communicate with the seller. As explained in the next step, this communication is however not mandatory. We can just wait at this page also. So you can see at this page there will be an option, it will show it is releasing. So our order is in the process of being released. So there will be other details, like it will show the amount which we are transacting with, the price and the crypto amount which will be credited in our wallet. Okay, so I have this option right here. So I move to the next step, step 7. So I have clicked on the chat option, and if I will move, and I have moved to the steps 10. So in here you see that I can communicate with the seller if I want. I am again telling this is not mandatory, and this is just optional. So you can skip this step and you can simply wait at step 9 for the USDT amount to be released. So I'll move to the next step. Step 11. Once the buy and sell transaction is successfully complete, we get a message as in step 11. If this pops up, we'll click on the done option and move to step 12. If this, sometimes it happens that this message doesn't pop up, which is rare, but still then we'll move to the step 12. So we come at step 12. At this step we select wallet and then funding option. So this is similar to the one we showed you in the beginning. So we have the funding option here, on which we will click once we are in the wallet page. We check the USDT balance to confirm that the purchase amount of USDT has been deposited in the funding wallet. So we'll check, we see it was earlier it was 0, now it is 62.24, and here also you can see USDT amount is showing 62.25. Okay, so we'll check, we'll confirm the balance, that the amount we have, which amount of USDT which we have purchased has been credited to this wallet. Now if we want to move some amount of USDT to spot wallet, we can click on the transfer option, it is right here, and move to the next step. Now in the next step, that is step 13, we will select the from and the to options as shown here and select the currency as USDT, but it is coming as BTC, so I'll change it to USDT, and the to from option will be funding and the to option will be wallet. Now I move to step 14. At step 14, we manually enter the amount to be transferred, or click on max if we want to transfer the full amount lying in the funding wallet. So you can see that we can enter the amount right here which you want to transfer from the funding to the spot wallet, and if I want to transfer the full amount which is lying in the funding wallet, then I will click on this max. Once I click, automatically the full amount will be reflected here. So after this, I will click on confirm transfer and move to the next step. Step 15. In case we want to check the order history of all purchase transactions, we will move to the Express or the P2P page, where there is a book-like icon which I have already mentioned earlier. If I click on this icon, I will arrive at a page shown in step 15, where I will click on the transaction whose details I want to see. So you can see that I have this order history page. Each of the transactions which I have done earlier, whether it is completed or cancelled or whatsoever, will be reflected here. So if I click on this small icon button here, then it will take me to the next step. Step 16. We get complete details of the particular transaction in which over which we have clicked in the previous step. So if I have chosen this option and clicked here in this button, then I would have I will get details of that particular transaction. So it will show the fiat amount, the price, and the crypto amount which we purchased against this fiat amount. We will have the order number, the created options when it was created, and the seller's name. So I have all details about the past transaction which I have done. This completes the whole process. I hope you liked my video. So please subscribe to my channel for getting more information on future videos. Thank you for watching this video.